Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this lovely heart. They're a little bit faffy, but persevere because they really are gorgeous. So you're going to need your yarn, your hook, some stuffing material, your darning needle and scissors. We're going to make this heart in two halves. I'm going to do one half first, then the second half, and then we're going to bring them together. So we're going to start by making a magic ring. And we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to work this heart in these rows. So we're not going to go round, we're going to go out from the inside and out. That's going to be our rows. So the first row, we're going to turn the chain 4 around, and we're going to be picking out these little back bumps here. So we're going to insert our hook into the first back bump, yarn over, pull through, and leave that loop on the hook. Now we're going to go under the second back bump, yarn over, pull through, and again leave our loop on the hook. Under the third back bump, yarn over, pull through, and now we're going to go inside the magic ring, yarn over and pull through. So our first row, we're going to have 5 loops on our hook. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 at a time. So 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, and yarn over, pull through the last 2. And that's our first row. Our second row, we're going to chain 1, and again we're going to turn it over and work into the back bumps. So this time we're going to have one more since we chained 1 to start with, and again yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the second one, yarn over, pull through, no sorry, insert, then yarn over, pull through the third one, fourth one, and the fifth one again will go into the magic ring, yarn over. So now we have 6 loops on a hook, and again yarn over, pull through 2 and 2 and 2 again and again and the last 2. So this is our second row. Our rows 3 through to 7, we're not going to be chaining 1, we're just going to work into these back bumps. So don't chain 1, just carry on into your first bump. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the magic ring, so 5th one, and again back through 2 loops at a time. So this is our first row. So carry on just like the last one without chaining 1 for another 4 rows, and I'll see you at the end of row 7. So I'm done the end of row 7. So for row 8 we're going to chain 1 and again go back through the bumps, and 1 inside the magic ring, now row 9 again we're going to chain 1 and back through the bumps, and into the magic ring, so as you can see it's getting wider now, so we're coming to the tip area here. Now row 10 is a little bit different. We're going to chain 1, then we're going to skip the first 2 bumps, so go under your 3rd bump, and again into the magic ring, and row 11 will be the same. We're going to chain 1 and skip the first 2 bumps, so go under your 3rd bump, and we're coming back again. So we've been to the widest point and now we're coming back. So for rows 12 through to 16, again we're not going to be chaining 1 and we're going to be going into all the bumps from starting from the first one. So that's our row 12 done. So do row 13, 14, 15 and 16 in exactly the same way, and I'll see you in the end of row 16. So I've finished my row 16. Now row 17 we're going to chain 1 and again skip the first 2 back bumps and get your hook under the 3rd one. and row 18, we're going to chain 1, skip the first 2 bumps, and then we're going to slip stitch under the 3rd one, 4th one, and into the magic ring. So skip your first 2, go under the 3rd bump and just slip stitch, go under the next bump and slip stitch, and go into the magic ring and slip stitch. So this is our first half done. Now grab your tail and pull on it to close the ring down, and as you can see, we've got our first half of our heart completed. Now go and make your second half, and I'll see you when I've done that. When you make your second heart, don't cut off your yarn because we're going to be using it to bring the 2 halves together. Okay, I'll see you in a little while. So I finished my second half now. I'm not going to cut off my yarn. So now we want to bring these 2 together. What we're going to want to do first is go back to our first one and just tidy up our ends and cut off the tails. So you can weave these ends in, but really it's enough. Just make sure you've tightened your magic ring, and then grab these 2 ends together and just tie a couple of knots. You can either leave the ends inside because we're going to be stuffing it anyways, but I'm just going to cut them off. So that's our first half ready. And our second half, what we want to do is we're just going to weave in our magic ring end here. So I'm just going to weave it through. You can thread your needle with the tail. And just go around on the inside and weave your end in. Go back and forth a couple of times. And just snip it off. So now we're going to take our halves and we're going to slip stitch them together. Now you can either grab the inside yarns only, or you can go through all the stitches and do it together, whatever is easiest for you. Also, I'm using a hook size 4, but for this step I like to use a half a size smaller hook. It does get a little bit fiddly. Whatever works for you. You could either you can even sew them together. That wouldn't look bad, but I just like when you slip stitch, it gives the heart this little sharper edge that looks quite pretty. So if you can slip stitch, do. So I'm just gonna go bring the 2 halves together, and I'm gonna just grab the inner threads of the stitches and just, where's that one? And we'll just slip stitch them together. So yarn over, pull through the first one and the second one, and again grab your next stitch and the corresponding one on the second half, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the 2 halves and pull through, and carry on. Just do a stitch by stitch, slip stitching. See, it gives it this neat edge that I like. So carry on like this until you've come about 3/4 round, and then I will meet you there and we'll stuff the heart. So I've now slip stitched all the way around and I'm nearly finished. So I'm going to pull up a loop now and stuff my heart before we close it off. Stuff it with whatever material you have handy, and as much or as little as you like. You might want it flatter or you might want it really plump. See what you prefer, what you're after. So distribute it in all the edges. Actually, I think I want it a little, maybe a little bit more to the very tip, but I don't want it too plump. I want it just about that, I think. Maybe tiny little bit more here. I think that will look good. And now just carry on slip stitching all the way to the end, and I'll see you in a bit. So I've come to the end of my heart. I can't really slip stitch anymore. I've got a tiny little gap left here. So I'm going to just pull up my loop, cut my yarn, and I'm going to finish off the rest by needle. Now if you want a hanging loop, leave your end a little bit longer. So pull your yarn through the last stitch, thread your needle, and just finish off the last little bit by hand. Just bring these centers together. That's it, that's closed nice and tight. I'll go through the middle again. There we are, that's nice and tight. So if you want your hanging loop, just insert your needle like that, then go through a stitch in the center and measure out how big you want your hanging loop to be. I probably want mine like this, and just do a couple of stitches, couple of knots around the center, and then to hide your end, insert your needle and go through your heart, pull it all through and snip it off here, and it'll get squashed inside the heart. So there we are, this is our puff heart. It's really pretty. It's a little bit of a hard work sometimes trying to get under these loops, but it really is worth the faff, I find. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you in the next video.